So recently I've been using an old HP Compact Pro 6300 as my main PC for gaming and everyday activities. It has an i5-3470, 12 gigabytes of RAM, and a cheap graphics card. But see, this PC wasn't cutting it when it came to usability. Every time I booted, it came up with an error when I turned it on or restarted it, and that got on my nerves. So the first thing I did was try to bypass or fix the error, which of course did not work. So then I figured, maybe it's time to build something new. I ended up talking to some friends about it, and one of my besties was like, yo, I think I got a motherboard that you can use for a new PC. And I'm like, yo dude, thanks bro, radical bro. So that was step one, and I didn't even have to whip out my wallet. Step two was finding a CPU to go with the motherboard. Keep in mind that it was an LGA 1151 motherboard, so I could only use 6th and 7th gen Intel CPUs. So I got to looking, and that's when I realized that all of the CPUs that I could find were still relatively expensive. I mean, comparing the price and performance of the used CPUs to new CPUs, it just doesn't make any sense. New CPUs, or even used like Ryzen CPUs, cost less and they perform better. So what did I do? This is when I remembered that there was the Pentium g4560, which was released in the Kaby Lake CPU lineup. For those who don't know, the Kaby Lake is just codename for 7th gen Intel CPUs. So I searched around the far reaches of the interwebs in an attempt to find a deal that wasn't overpriced. This was difficult because even the Pentium g4560 was being sold for more than its original retail price of $64. So at this point I decided to wait for a deal, and maybe I'm just lucky or something, but I got a deal literally the next day. I found a Pentium g4560 for $67. Now you might be saying, bro, that's not a good deal. But see, it was a good deal because it came bundled with a gigabyte motherboard. If you remember, I already had a functioning motherboard from my friend, so I can just resell the new one and my overall costs technically go way down. So all that was left was to buy some new RAM and I was set. In the end, I ended up building a new PC for technically just above $50. So if anybody looking to buy a cheap gaming PC or build one, if you scour the internet, you might just get lucky like I did. And so once my PC was built, you must be wondering, how does it hold up in 2019? And compared to my i5-3470 from before, I cannot tell a difference in performance. When it comes to rendering videos and stuff, it will take longer, but I don't do that often, so it doesn't matter to me. And as for gaming, it basically gets the same performance. However, currently I'm using a quite low-end graphics card, but the Pentium g4560 can handle up to something as powerful as a GTX 1060. Moving to something that's like a 1070 or higher would probably result in a bottleneck for most games, and the Pentium wouldn't be able to handle it well. As time progresses, maybe 6th and 7th gen CPUs will go down in price, and I'll be able to get a solid upgrade for less money. If you're looking to build a really cheap budget PC, I'd suggest finding a really good deal on used parts, maybe as a bundle, or go for a Ryzen CPU. I've seen the Ryzen 5 1600s for as little as $80 at Micro Center, plus the ability to save another $30 when you bundle it with a motherboard. I might put up benchmarks for the Pentium g4560 sometime, but anyways, that's all for this video. If you got comments, put them in the comment section. If you liked the video, destroy that like button, and if you disliked the video, I want you to mash the dislike button 100 times. Got it? Yeah.